Hello, fellow sports cultures. Boston fan back with another TTM video. I call it TTM Minute, but it never lasts a minute. But I try to do it quick and just kind of get no bells and whistles. I have 3 TTMs back, current TTMs. I pulled one out of my forever ago box. I got it May 2021, so I figured I'd open an old one. But first, to start off, I have a 59 set hit. It is the Alkaline Baseball Thrills. I picked this up for $5.30. Buy it now. There's a little soft corner there. Generally, the corners are soft, but I've got a border around it, which I like. No major creasing. Comes through really nice, so that's a nice addition. This is a semi-high number. The business card, I bought it from Average Joe's Sports Cards. Great price, $5.30 shipped. To add this is my first K-line. He's got 3 cards on the side. He's got this Baseball Thrills. He's got his base card. And then he's got a dual card with Charlie Maxwell. So getting one of the K-lines down, really awesome this week. Let's check out the 3 current signers as they came back this week. I'm filming on Sunday morning. Good luck to your championship teams who are there. So first one back, new one to my collection, to Alan Doug English. And he signed whatever year this is. The 80 tops. And then he personalized the 2 others being 82 tops. So I'm not a big football guy. I do know enough. So I sent these off. I had these just kind of sitting around and saw the All-Pro, and I thought that was pretty cool, and I want to get them signed. Doug English played for the Lions from 75 to 85. He was a 4-time Pro Bowler. I like this card the best, the 82. He actually is tied for the record for most career safeties. He had 4, and he also had 2 in one season, though I didn't note what season that was. He was part of what was called the Silver Rush of the late 70s of the Lions. He and another teammate kind of packed a nice pass rush for the Lions. And in 1983, he had 13 sacks. So it was pretty cool to add a 4-time Pro Bowler. And again, just that junk wax era, adding some cards in there. Really nice signature, blue ink. Glad to get it back. Thank you, Mr. English. First time in the collection. And that was sent on January 3rd, so that would make it a, wait for it, about a 2-week return, 14 days according to the postmark, so not bad at all, and of course free. I'd mention a fee if I had it. Next one comes from Philadelphia, PA. Seems like it's a postcard of some sort. Oh, I know who this is. Going for my goal of adding more postcards. It is Bill Mazeroski on the Hall of Fame postcard. I bought a small stack of postcards at the end of or near Christmas with some of the newer TTM signers being Mazeroski, Cepeda, Eckersley, and such. So adding him to my collection, that came out really, really nice. I treated the top with baby powder, which my daughter's, she saw me doing it the other day, yesterday, for some Chris Hoyle cards that I'm sending out. And she's like, what are you doing? And I had to explain to her about gloss, and old cards don't have gloss, but newer do. Looks like the top got a little damaged in the mail. That's all right. It's going to look nice in a top loader. Great to add a new Hall of Fame plaque postcard. I do have a decent collection of those. A lot to TTM, some purchased online. And of course, Bill Mazeroski in the Hall of Fame, as it shows on his postcard. He played 17 years in the bigs for the Pirates, hit 260 with 138 home runs, 447 RBIs. One of those home runs is not counted in the 138, is probably his most famous, when he ended the 1960 World Series with a home run to left field at Forbes Field. Go YouTube that. I'm not going to put it on here, but it's one of the most famous home runs in baseball history. And if you're a baseball fan, you probably know all about it. He was a 7-time All-Star and 8-time Gold Glover. And I just remember mostly when it was the question of whether he should be elected to the Hall of Fame, it was kind of like, you know, he's arguably the greatest defensive second baseman of all time. Like, how do you keep that person out? Back when the Hall of Fame was mostly, you know, people were looking at offensive statistics, and Ozzie Smith was coming up soon on the ballot as well, and it started getting, at least sports writers around here, into the talk of the importance of defense, and whether defense needed to have more of a say in Hall of Fame recognition, and they elected Mazeroski largely because of his excellent second base defense, which helped pave the way, or maybe the fact that Ozzie Smith was coming up helped pre-pave the way for Mazeroski getting in. I don't know. I'm not a sports writer, but I just remember those being the debates on television. That was also a 2-week return, sent at the same time No, actually sent on the 9th and received back on the 17th. So that would make that an 8-day return on Mazeroski. $10 donation for him. And he's been, since at least last summer, extremely consistent. $10 donation, get your item signed. I haven't seen any Hall of Fame inscriptions, but I also haven't asked for any. And I don't recall seeing any online. Our last one today comes from Santa Barbara, California, and it is Jim Colborn of the Mariners, the Brewers. And I had 4 cards from him. I had a 77 tops. They're all kind of beat up. And then 3 79 tops. So I just sent him what I had, and he was very nice to sign all 3. The 77 came out, I think, the best. So Colborn, that was a 12-day return, 4 of 4 free. Jim Colborn was the first 20-game winner of the Milwaukee Brewers franchise when he went 20-12 in 1973 with a 3.18 ERA. He was also an all-star that year, but I thought it's pretty cool that he's the first 20-game winner in their franchise history. He also had 18 wins in 1977 for the Royals. He no-hit the Texas Rangers in 1977. Overall, he played 10 years in the major leagues, going 83 and 88 with a solid 3.80 ERA. He's been a consistent signer as long as I can remember, so if you've got some late 70s, I don't know if he has any early 80s cards. I didn't have any early 80s cards of him, but a little history there. Get the first 20-game runner in Brewers history. He's also, again, a one-time all-star. No-hit pitcher, you know, you can add him to a whole bunch of collections there. So glad to get him back. It's been years since I've sent to him, so that'll be nice to just add a few more in there. And then we have from Pittsburgh, PA in May of 2021. I have no idea who this is. It's thick. Kind of feels stuffed. And I'm going to have probably no information on this player because, again, I didn't prepare. This has just been sitting in a box of stuff that I never filmed. So it's got my Sace, and inside seems like another self-addressed stamped envelope. Okay, so then here's my, did I send him 2 requests? All right, so it comes back in one of my self-addressed stamped envelopes inside another self-addressed stamped envelope. So I have no idea. But it is Mark Wagner, who signed 5 cards. I can look it up. I've actually been looking to get this one back because this rookie has 3 other guys that will sign. I don't know what the mess up was and why he had 2 of my Saces. But let's see. So I had gotten I had sent to him once before, 2019. I'd gotten it back. And then I sent in May of 2021. And this came back 12 days later. So I don't know how he had 2, but somehow he had 2 of my, I don't know if I included an extra, who the heck knows. Whatever. It's weird. Weird success of the week. So he signed a 77 tops, kind of beat up. That'll be going out to probably Mickey Klutz next. Did not sign the 83. Signed his 81 Tigers card. Signed his 82. And signed his 80. So he signed 4 of 5. Didn't sign the 83, so that'll go back into TTM box. Of course, it's been now 2 years since I've sent to him. I like the 81. I like the 77, but that's going to be going back out TTM, so it's not going to be included in my totals yet because I have a chance of losing that. But that's one, a blast from the past. Mark Wagner played for the Tigers and the Rangers. Not sure why he didn't sign the 83. Maybe he's a 4 per or something now. I'm going to check quickly on Sports Collectors. I know it's taking up video time. No, he seems to be signing 4, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 1. Maybe he just didn't feel like signing, or maybe he's 4 max. So if you signed to Mark Wagner, maybe don't include the 5th one. But again, this success is almost 2 years old. So do what you want, basically. I had the cards. I sent to him. He didn't sign back. Somehow he had 2 of my self-addressed stamped envelopes. Don't know how that happened, but who the heck cares at this point? Great to get him back. Thank you, Mr. Wagner, for signing a couple of years ago. Glad that I get to finally add those to the collection. That's what I got this week, guys. I hope you have a good time researching, writing letters, sending out, and then maybe getting some sweet, sweet signatures. That 81 top really pops. That's pretty cool. So this is my week. One new autograph to the collection, a couple guys I had gotten back. It's nice to go into my archives a little, and then glad to add a Hall of Fame plaque. That is one of my 2022 goals, is to add more Hall of Fame plaques. And I've actually almost already reached that goal. At this point, it's 10 minutes, which is really long. I'm sorry to bore you. I'll speak with you guys again soon.